He's loaded for bear. Loaded for bear.
Well, hey everybody, normally I'd be saying welcome back to the lodge, but we're not in the lodge today. Today on Surviving the Apocalypse with Lou, we're going to talk about axes and mauls and all kinds of cutting stuff. Stuff that you can use as a weapon or to actually split wood in the event that you need to, have firewood. For starters, you got big timber you got to take down. Got yourself an 8-pound maul by Husky. This thing is a war hammer that they decided to turn into, I guess, something you buy at a hardware store. And it's good if you're dealing with like the stump I'm sitting on or some pesky hardwood. You might want to pick up a split maul. This is I don't normally use this, but it was on sale at the Home Depot. And I was like, yeah, I'm picking up a maul, baby. So got yourself a maul. What's next? My daily carry in the car, truck, whatever you want to call it. Anything's a truck if you drive it like a truck. I've got my Husky. I think this is a 3.5 pounder. This is good for splitting most dry regular wood. It's just a good axe to have. I like Husky. It's a fine brand. It's affordable. It's cheap. It's Home Depot okay. Here's the thing though. If you splurge, I got myself got some old hickory. I got a regular wooden axe from the Tractor Supply Company. And I know what you're thinking, fellas, contain your erections. Yes, I had Tractor Supply Company money for a little bit. I splurged. I bought myself a hard axe hickory, and it's a lot of fun. This is the one that we're going to sharpen up and use today. And ladies, I know you're like, Tractor Supply Company, old hickory wood handle. I know you're probably splooshing, you're probably jealous, and you're not going to look at your man the same way tonight. I get that, all right? I have that effect when I have Tractor Supply Co. money. But here's the thing. If you're with a Lowe's fella or a Home Depot guy, just treat them like they're a Tractor Supply Company guy, all right? All right, so we got that axe. Here's something I bought as a bargain buy, and I didn't think I was gonna like this. It's a Fisker small axe. And first of all, small axes are funny because you gotta get on your knees to chop the tree, and then you put the and then you wedge it and you fell a tree. But if it's a small axe for the purpose of not cutting your toes off, you're supposed to do it on your knees. I'm like, knees? Well, you're chopping with an axe. What are you gonna blow Paul Bunyan when he comes around to chop the tree down for you with his full-size axe? That's what I thought. But here's the thing. I like it. I ended up really liking the small axe. And so I guess when a real woodsman comes by in the woods and he sees me chopping down a tree on my knees, looks like I'm gonna be blowing a real man as I am using my small axe. But I'm just having fun with this one today, guys. I hope you are too. So here's the thing about the small axe that's pretty dope. First of all, it's Fisker's, and I've had a Fisker's knife before. I like it's kind of cheaply made, but I like the sheath on there. This thing, of all the axes I just showed you, I bought this thing. It was sharp as hell. This one doesn't, I'd probably dull it with what I'm using. So we're gonna leave the small axe as is. We might F around with it. Also, a few of my friends that are wildland forest firefighters or woodsmen or what are they, conservation officers, the guys that go around on ATVs policing Sasquatches or whatever, a lot of them just said they bought these for the cheap, and it's just a good little axe to have. So pick that up. We might do something with that, and then boom, baby, you gotta have a hatchet. If you're not a hatchet, I mean, let's be honest, when you saw The Patriot growing up and you saw what's that crazy guy who doesn't care for people who are different, Mel Gibson. When you saw Mel Gibson just it's a hatchet. You gotta have a hatchet. Anyway, so I've got a platitude or multiple axes here that we can use, but I am going to show you guys how to sharpen it. And there's a few different ways you can sharpen an axe. In a pinch, again, my friends who are wildland forest firefighters told me they'll keep this, just a basic little file, right? And you take that file right there, you just grind away from the blade. Now I'm doing a piss poor job of it, but you get the idea. If you're in a pinch, keep a file in your tool bag with your axes or anything you got to split with, and you can use a file. Also, in keeping with in a pinch, I've seen people online, I have not done it, but I've seen people online use some sandy papers. Use some sandy papers. I got 100 grit. I'm probably not going to use the sandy papers today because it is going to F up a blade. I haven't looked into it enough, but I bought some maybe I'll do it later, but I just want you guys to know that sandpaper and files are an option to use on axes and hatchets. Because again, you can get your axe and hatchet razor sharp like a knife or like a razor for shaving. But if you're splitting wood with it, just get it a goddamn edge on there. Hey fella, what's going on? Yeah, I'm scaring the neighbors. Got all my cutlery out. Get away from my lodge. Today though, and I think a lot of people that, you know, are fans of the outdoors or axing around, today we're going to use good old-fashioned Lansky puck, right? I love these things. They're like $5 to $8. I found them watching a different YouTuber, and I got to tell you, it is the coolest little stone for using on cheap axes or just, you know, everyday carry axes. This thing will put an edge on a dented out pieces of shit axe. And again, you probably aren't going to be shaving with that axe, but with this thing, you can start splitting wood and felling trees again with a dead axe. So we'll cut to the crotch cam here in a second. I'm going to sharpen up old hickory and we'll do some chopping with that. And yeah, we'll have fun with it. All right, everybody. So all you need for the Lansky puck to sharpen is a little bit of water. If you're a savage, you could spit on the puck as well, but you need a whetstone in order to sharpen an axe. Let's go ahead and take our axe cover off there. You can see this axe, it doesn't have any big abrasions or blemishes, but you can see this axe is pretty good. I've used it a couple times, but it doesn't really have a sharp edge on there. So we're gonna put something on there with that Lansky stone. So take a sip to wet the whistle. Pretty good. Now, Lansky puck has two sides. There's the coarse side and the fine side. Coarse, fine, coarse, coarse, fine. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the coarse side. Just wet your stone. That's all right. Once your stone's wet, grab your blade. Now what I like to do is I start at the bottom, then circular motions. Circular motion up. Circular motion down. That's one swipe, all right? Now they recommend you do the equal amount of swipes on both sides. So let's do it again. That's one up. That's one down. Now that's two swipes up and down on this side. Now because this axe doesn't have any huge blemishes on there, I'm not really gonna use the coarse side that much, but we do need to go two up and down on this side to match the other side. So that's two down. Now, there you go. That'll take off any big abrasions on that axe. A little bit of metal on there, get your iron in. Another sip of water for me. Now let's do the fine side, right? So wet your stone again. Probably too much, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna try and get this thing good and sharp. So we're gonna go a couple swipes up, couple swipes down. Probably fast time it for you, but get a good grip on your axe. And here we go. There you have it. All right, little Lansky puck, not bad. And I gotta tell you, a little bit more of an edge. If you want to make this thing razor sharp with Lansky, you're gonna have to sit there, do a little bit more grinding with the fine side, probably work at it a little bit. But if you had any big old problems, or like I said, I took this thing from being pretty dull to being pretty, that'll pass through wood pretty good. I might go up and down a few more times, but yeah, there's a fine point right there. That's good and sharp. So Lansky puck, super simple. Little circular motions up, circular motions down, circular motions up, circular motions down. And I'm no expert at timbering, but damn is this thing super effective, cheap, affordable. If you lose them or they break or anything like that, you can replace them pretty quickly. And again, if you're not a timbersman and you don't have any kind of axe sharpening tools, this thing will work just fine. So let's go ahead and split a few pieces of wood. I use the maul on this one. a lot of fun. And like I said, normally you'd have to get on your knees. Not bad. Man, goddamn, but look at that. I clipped it, but that's razor sharp. That's out the box. Fiskars, you got yourself a hell of an axe. Again, didn't get on my knees to blow the real lumberjack that time. Granted, this is dry wood, but look at that. Just razor through that. I'm liking this thing. I can't believe it. But surviving the apocalypse with Lou, some axes and cutleries and ways to keep it sharp. Pick yourself up a Lansky puck if you want to. Genuinely shocked at how this little axe performed. Pretty dope. Splitting mauls are fun. Firewood for the apocalypse because you're gonna need to stay warm in the apocalypse. In a pinch, we'll try sandpaper another time. Use that file. Brush. Get your axes. All right, everybody. So until next time, keep your protein intake high and your weapons loaded. You'll be all right. Hey, knock it off. I'm doing my outro. They're fine. All right, everybody. So until next time, keep your weapons loaded and your protein intake high. And you'll be all right. Because you're surviving the apocalypse with Lou. You know what? I'm surviving it with you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Gotta care, 'cause he's loaded for bear. Loaded for bear.